Previously on my condo hunting adventure.
I'm buying a house!
I toured 14 different units. They all had pros and cons, but most had the same con. They weren't west-facing. Until I toured the 15th condo, and it was my west-facing condo dream. I put in an offer, but the same night, my realtor called me to say someone else had put in a much higher offer, and I had 10 minutes to send back my best and final offer, or my dream home would be sold to someone else.
Oh my god. I'm so stressed. What should I do? So should I put in a higher offer?
Maybe we can try.
I'm also wondering if it's just a tactic. Like, what if there's not actually a real other offer and they're just trying to make us pay more?
That's possible. What's the price that you can accept? 就是拿到以后，你也反正觉得，哎，这个价钱拿来也可以的，也不会后悔的。
Yeah.
这样就 OK 了。
I wish they would just tell us how much the other person offered. And then I could just go higher than that. I feel like if I don't put in a higher offer, I will regret it. I just have to figure out how much I want to put in. Okay, I'll just do it. And then if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And it's not meant to be.
Yeah, 说明这个房子看看有没有跟你有没有缘分呗。
Okay, no expectations. I'm gonna put in another offer. So it's a couple days later. And if you can't tell by my demeanor, I lost the condo. I've been pretty effing sad. It just sucks. It just sucks. Someone else put in a much higher offer than me. At first I thought it was like a fake. It was just like a ploy to get me to bid higher, but I guess it was a real person. They also put in an all cash offer, which meant that they didn't have to take out a mortgage, which I had to. They also removed all the conditions, which I didn't. I don't know. I'm also just like really frustrated because like there wasn't a single flaw about the place. Like I loved every single thing about it and it was exactly what I wanted. West facing, giant windows, high floor. I'm like kicking myself because I actually waited a couple days after my first showing to go back and view it, and then a couple days after that to put in an offer. So I'm like, if I had just put in an offer the first time that I saw it, like the first day that I saw it, maybe they would have just accepted my offer and people who got the place eventually wouldn't have even had time to see it. And also if I had just put in a higher offer initially, maybe I would have gotten it. It's just a lot of like should've, would've, could've's, what ifs. And I guess at the end of the day, like I can't change what's happened, but it still feels pretty shitty. I feel like I'm mourning the loss of something. I really was like already envisioning how I was gonna renovate and decorate the space. You know what this is giving? It's giving Chair Song. And I never wanted to relive that again. Oh, this just sucks, dude. It sucks.
But there was no time to mourn because a couple days later, my realtor lined up a couple more condo showings and I was on my way to find a rebound. Welcome to condo number 16. This was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, east-facing unit that actually had a pretty cool layout, pretty decent size, and the living room was where it was at. The view was incredible, the windows were insane, but it was still east-facing, which was kind of a problem for me. Otherwise, this unit was beautiful. Condo number 17 was starting to veer outside of my original target area. It was also very cramped feeling and small. The windows were floor to ceiling, but it didn't really feel that expansive for some reason. Everything just felt very shoebox vibes. It was really nicely renovated, but that was also something that I could do myself. The layout just was not the vibe.
Waiting for the agent. I'm in the lobby alone. The agent is not here yet, so I'm just chilling. Literally because it's so cold.
Condo number 18. There was just a certain vibe about this place. There wasn't anything particularly special about it, but I just felt a calling. This was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit. It was a pretty decent size for its price. I was foaming at the mouth at the fact that this unit was so old and desperately needed renovations. I immediately had so many ideas of how I wanted to renovate the space. There were so many possibilities, and the best part was it was west facing. Honestly, 1 in a million at this point. So of course, I decided I was gonna put in an offer.
I just got a document emailed to me to sign an offer on the house. This is insane. I'm gonna put an offer on the house. This is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy, this is crazy. Okay, I signed it. We'll see how it goes. This is insane.
Really?
Wait, Mom just said. You sure?
Well, he said 被结束了, but I think he typoed
and that 被接受了。
Wait, he didn't tell me.
Oh,
He didn't text me.
you heard it here first.
He didn't say anything. Guys, my offer was accepted. Well,
According to mom. According
Okay,
to
I
a
haven't-
typo quoted by mom.
right, so it's like 2 layers of separation. I don't know if I actually got my offer accepted, but I will confirm. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
The next day, we went back to the condo to view it again. But the whole time, instead of being excited, I just had this pit in my stomach, like I had made the wrong decision.
I just got home from touring the condo again, and I don't know what I'm feeling. I think it's probably because I'm really hungry and tired. I don't know. I'm feeling iffy about it. Everything is great, but the view is not my favorite. I don't know if I'm being too picky or not. It is obviously a lot of money to be spending, so I should be like super satisfied with it. I think I'm just still thinking about that one unit that I lost out on. It's probably also because the weather is so bad. Like it's rainy and gloomy, so I can't really see the full potential. But I still have a couple days to decide if I absolutely want it.
And then it was like my intuition and all my bad feelings were trying to tell me something because I got some news.
Hey Jennifer,
Hey!
I just heard back from the selling agent and there are some pretty large fees on the condo.
Okay.
Basically, there are some plans to replace all of the water systems and windows over the next couple of years, and each unit has to pay for that.
How much?
Well, they can't say exactly because they haven't planned everything that far out yet, but it's probably going to be close to about 100K.
Oh, that's really intense. I don't know if it's like worth it anymore. This changes a lot. It actually changes everything. What the fuck? I don't understand why they didn't tell me about these fees before I put in my offer. I feel like they purposely waited until I sent in an offer. That's a lot of money. It's almost like my intuition and all my like bad vibes were trying to tell me about this. Is it just like too many bad signs? Like, is this the perfect out? I don't know what to do. I don't know.
So I decided to cancel my offer and go on the rebound again. Condo number 20. This was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit that was probably not west facing, to be honest, which is why I don't remember what way it faces. The way that they designed the space was actually a very good use of the space because there wasn't a very large square footage, but everything was very sleek. It was giving me inspo for how I wanted to renovate. The view was decent, but the window wasn't super large. Overall, just not my favorite. Condo number 21. I loved the way that this was renovated. I loved the giant kitchen island, the brick fireplace, and the artwork on the wall. Those were very cool to me. But the layout was just kind of weird. And I didn't like the window situation because you couldn't see the giant window from the living room. You kind of had to walk out into the den. And at that point, it kind of felt like a maze to get in there just because of how it looked from the living room. This was also only a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, although the den solarium was gigantic. Now, condo number 22 was actually quite a bit outside of my target area. At this point, we had ventured into a whole new neighborhood in the city because my realtor said maybe it's time to try something else because there are just no more units in downtown Vancouver. I actually really liked the size and the layout and the window situation of this place. I liked that there was a little balcony, but I didn't like that it was not high-rise. I just was really upset about the fact that this was not in my target neighborhood. All right, condo number 23, is it? I've lost count, honestly. This was also a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom unit that needed a lot of renovations, but I really didn't like the layout at all. And it didn't seem like it was something that I could change because a lot of the walls were structural. So in the living room, there was like a tiny doorway that led out into the solarium area, which meant that the living room probably wouldn't get much natural lighting, which was not a good sign. I was getting pretty frustrated at this point. The more condos I viewed, the further they got from my target neighborhood and specifications. So I decided to do some calculations. So recently I've been touring 1-bedrooms pretty exclusively just because property is so scarce right now in downtown Vancouver. Everything is going so fast. So like all the first like 15 places I toured are like off the market already. So I've been touring new places. Financially speaking, a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom is a better investment than a 1-bedroom, especially if the price is similar. Let's just think some hypotheticals right now. If I want to have a roommate, that's a possibility in a 2-bedroom. And also if I one day move to LA or somewhere else, I don't know, renting out a 2-bedroom is better than renting out a 1-bedroom. And just like when it comes to selling down the line, it also is easier to sell and will be worth more. Let's just like revisit the condo that I backed out of for 1 second. Just 1 second. Let's just like think about this. I did some calculations, okay? For the price per square foot, including the future upgrade fees, the price still ends up being lower than all of these 1-bedrooms that I've been touring lately that are like newly renovated. So I was like, wait a second. If I had just done the calculations like when I received the news, maybe I would have known. Although the extra fees are very hefty, we actually don't know exactly how much I need to pay yet. They haven't gotten that far into the process. So I think 100,000 was kind of like the maximum threshold. It likely would actually be lower than that, hopefully. And also, I found out that all of the condos in this area are kind of built around the same time. So my building was just like older by a couple years, and all of these newer buildings still would need to have these fees eventually because they just need to have all of the water pipes and stuff renewed and renovated. So basically it's just a matter of time before I pay these fees no matter what building I'm in, which kind of does make me feel better. So from a financial point of view, the unit that I backed out of actually would be a really good investment. Basically, I think what I'm trying to say is, hello?
Hey Jennifer, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? So I have some news. I want to re-put in an offer.
Oh great, to which place?
Actually to the condo that I backed out of.
Oh really? That's great news. Why the change of heart?
Well, I was doing some calculations and it turned out to be more affordable than these other places that we were viewing, even with all of the additional fees. And I just felt like if I didn't put in an offer, I would regret it down the line.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, gotta go with your gut sometimes. I can send you over that paperwork right away.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, alright, I'll send it to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I just received the new offer that's actually the old offer, but one change is that they said I had to remove the conditions. Conditions are like when you go and inspect the place before you close, because you would want to check like plumbing, electricity, just to see that everything's working. And if it's not, then you can ask the owner to like pay for fixing before you actually get the keys. But in my case, I'm planning on like gutting most things anyway, so it's not a super big deal to me. So I removed conditions. And okay, so since the condo has been back out onto the market, they were planning an open house tomorrow, and like 20 different people signed up to view the condo. So if I had waited just like another day, I would have lost out again. I won't lie, it does make me feel better knowing that other people want the property. I'm not just fighting for a property that nobody else wants. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of comforting to me that this is like a good choice that I'm making, I hope. But yeah, I'm about to sign the offer again. Hopefully it's the last. She's a homeowner. She's a goddamn homeowner. Guys, I am currently sitting in the parking lot of my new condo. I'm about to go get the keys and the condo is officially mine. So let's go. I'm a homeowner. That's literally insane. I'm so excited to bring you guys along this journey of me being a homeowner, renovations, decorating, which is all happening so soon. So stay tuned for an empty condo tour.